Hey guys, all right, so before we get into the video, I want everybody to keep in mind that I am brand new to this industry. No, I didn't just wake up one morning and say, dude, I'm gonna start a trucking company. I did do my research, I did my due diligence, I made sure that I knew what I was getting into, or sort of knew what I was getting into before I jumped in. But I am still very brand new to this. So anything that I do say, any answers that I do give, this is all from my personal experiences that I've had in getting started with this. I've had a very great time. I do want to give a shout out to myself first and foremost, because today, December 27th, is my 90 days. And if you're in the business, you know how important 90 days is for your MC. If you're booking your loads, if you own your own MC, if you own your own company and your own authority, everything, you know how important 90 days is. Today makes 90 days for me, guys. So give me a shout out. Give me something down in the comment section, guys. Thank you guys very much for supporting. Here's the video you've all been waiting for. Show your support. Like and subscribe. All right, so we're in Prosperity, South Carolina right now. It's about 8:45 in the morning, and when I was heading up this way yesterday, because today is December 27th, when I was headed on the way up this way yesterday, I was taking a look at the radar and I saw a bunch of rain that was coming across the country. I was hoping it was going to take a little bit longer to get here than it is. It's starting to come in a little bit. I was hoping for a really nice blue sky and clouds and make it look like that whole South Florida thing that I've been making everything look like for doing this video. But I feel like I owe you guys this video, so we're gonna go ahead and shoot it anyway. It's a little bit windy out here. I am at a pilot here in Prosperity, South Carolina, and I'm about to head in, go grab a coffee, and then when I get back, we're gonna talk. In the meantime, in the next 2 days, I'm hoping to gain another around 1,400 miles on my truck. Because I'm coming up on 90 days of owning it, and or 3 months, 90 days, whatever you want to call it, and I am just under 1,400 miles short of 30,000 miles. So I'm trying to make that goal happen. So we're gonna get on the road in a little bit, and then we're gonna put in some time and make 30,000 miles happen before the 29th. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what we can do. We've got our drop off from last week. We'll talk more about that in a minute. All right, I'm coming up on the door. It's time to go in, use the bathroom, get some coffee. See you guys in a minute. Guys, so would you look at that? I forgot to open up my coffee. Sorry, I'm working with one hand here. Forgot to open up the coffee. How are you gonna drink the coffee if you don't open the coffee? Anyways, so let's see, where are we gonna start here? All right, first off, I'm gonna try and keep this as simple as possible. I know my last video I tended to ramble just a little bit. I talked a lot on specific points. I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of the same questions or variations of the same question. So I'm going to mix all those together and try and hit whatever points I can to give the best answer, I guess. We're going to head back over here to the truck and then we're going to get into it. All right, guys, so I'm not going to hold the camera this time and do all the walking around and everything. We're just going to keep this simple. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. This is not a one of those commercial type things where I'm talking about a specific item. I've actually never had one of these Larabars before. I've always wanted to try one. I've seen the commercials online. I'm not getting paid for this in any way, shape, or form. But we're going to go ahead and try this, and I'll let you guys know how it is, just in case you've never had one. This is their peanut butter chocolate bar. And you know what? Not half bad. I'm not going to complain. It's actually pretty good. Grab coffee. All right, so we've got our notes here. Let's go ahead and talk. So we've got a lot of questions, a lot of the same questions, a lot of variations of the same questions. So I'm not going to touch on each individual question. We're going to keep this simple. The very first question, I'm going to go to Joe Grant, who is looking for CDL locations and asked me where I took my CDL test. Joe lives down in South Florida, down in Fort Lauderdale area. That's Broward County, which is probably about 20 to 30 minutes north of Miami. Just in case you're unfamiliar with the area. Everybody knows where Miami is, though. Everybody knows where Miami is. I took my CDL at Metropolitan and West Palm Beach. They also have a location down in Miami. I'm going to shut them down right here, right now. I don't recommend them at all. The process with them sucked. It was horrible. Their system, the way they do business, I had to force my business side on them to get anywhere. I watched them run ship all over everybody. And I don't shit talk companies and I don't shit talk businesses, but I just need to be 100% honest with you, and I'm going to be frank about it. If you can find a better school or somewhere else, don't go to Metropolitan. That's all I'm going to say. If they want to go ahead and shut me down, whatever, it's not my problem. I had a very bad experience with them. I did get my CDL and I got everything. So I am taken care of, and if you're looking for one, they can definitely help you out. I will go out and say they can definitely help you out. But I would recommend going somewhere else and anywhere else. If you've gotten your CDL there, you completely understand exactly where I'm coming from. So that's what I have to say on that. I also had a few different people ask the same question. I'm answering Joe Grant's, but if you're in the South Florida area and you did ask that question, Metropolitan's where I got it, but it's not where I recommend to go get it. I had multiple, wow, let's try and say that again. I had multiple people ask me, do you need a CDL to be a hotshot driver? Yes and no. Yes, if you want to carry a certain amount of weight. No, you don't need a CDL to get into the business. If you're in a small one-ton truck, even if you have a dually, you got to remember that my dually has a 14,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. So that means that whatever trailer I tow needs to basically be a dual axle, single tire, no more than about 10,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. If I'm going to get into this business, if you were to get a non-dually, get a single rear wheel, being a 250, a 350, 2500 or 3500, you can definitely get into this business, get a little bit higher on your trailer rating, and you can make a lot of money. If you want to get your CDL like I did, my truck has a gross vehicle weight rating of 14,000 pounds. I have a dual rear axle Ram 3500. It's a 2018. I've got the ACEN transmission. That's another one of the questions that came up multiple times was, do I have an ACEN transmission? Yes, I do. ACEN. I'm not sure how you specifically pronounce it. I just say ACEN. Works for me. Say it as it's spelled. And my trailer is a 22GN Big Tex. My axles are rated at 10,000 pounds, which is a big issue that came up on my last Q&A video where I said I wasn't sure if it was 10,000 or 12,000. Guys, I was looking at air ride trailers and multiple things that same day, so it threw me a little bit. I do know what my ratings are. It's right here on the tongue. I got it right here on the door. I've got stickers all over the truck. My trailer, my 22GN, carries 23,900 pounds for its gross vehicle weight rating, which brings me to a total of 37,900 pounds. That right there says that I need to have a CDL to carry this combination vehicle. My truck weighs about 7,500 pounds and my trailer weighs about 7,500 pounds. So that puts me at 15,000 pounds for my total dry weight. But then when you expand to what I can put on it, I put around 13,000 to 14,000 pounds for my dry weight. I don't push too much further than that because then I start reaching a little bit. But as far as what I carry here, your basic driver's license gives you 26,001 pounds, and my vehicle weight rating is 23,000, or wow, 23,000. That's what the trailer is. My total vehicle weight rating here is 37,900 pounds. As you can see, we're throwing out a lot of numbers. I can get a little scatterbrained because we're rambling and talking really fast. I am trying to get through this as quickly as possible. We'll get to Sandman. What kind of truck do you have? What kind of truck do you haul with? I just gave that information. That's Sandman 2324. Thank you very much for the love and the support, guy. Spaghetti 99. Interesting name. I will give you points for that. You get 10 points. Do you have specific load boards that you pull from for Hotshot, or do they have specific load boards? All load boards can handle Hotshot. All load boards can handle the Hotshots if you are able to carry enough weight. If you're looking into the lower weight range, you might have a little bit of trouble. The majority of jobs out there are going to be over 10,000 pounds. That's exactly where everything is. So if you have the opportunity to get into a semi with maybe, you know, a 53-foot step deck or something, you can get a weight rating of 30,000 to 45,000 pounds. Load that right on there, and then you can get on the road. You might use a little bit more fuel. So a semi is definitely what I'd recommend. But if you want to get into hot shotting, we can definitely get you into there. All the load boards can handle the hot shots. It's just your loads are a little bit more limited. So my loads here are extremely limited, but I can find loads, and I do pretty well. And other hot shotters out there, they do phenomenal. It's just you might have to look in different areas. You might have to do a little bit of deadhead. There's nothing wrong with that. You get out there, you do what you got to do, you put in the work. But to answer your question, no, there aren't specific load boards for hot shots, but hot shots pull off all the load boards. I am currently on the DAT board, DAT, big blue or red letters. The app comes up different ways. I don't recommend the app. The app is not the best. And I'm also on Truck Stop. I have a few other ones that I use, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm not throwing out any advertisement. I'm not getting paid for giving you guys this information. Let's see. Live, Dance, Life. We were talking about vehicles. He's looking at a 4500. He wants to know, would that be great? Or the 4500. The 4500 would be great. It puts you in a really good range with the 4500. You've got more tow capacity, and you still get pretty good on the fuel mileage, as opposed to the 5500. If you're going to go into a 5500, which is something that I would really like to do just because it's very attainable for me. I don't want a big semi, especially with the neighborhood that I live in. I don't have an HOA, so I don't really have to worry about anything. I can park whatever I want on my property. But I don't want to be driving a semi down the street. The 5500 would be most ideal for me because I can, it's a regular vehicle. I can bring it home. Yeah, it's a construction vehicle. Yeah, it's, a commercial vehicle. It doesn't have the bed on it the same way, but a 5500 will work. The 5500 for me, the 5500 period is basically like getting a semi. It can pull a 53-foot trailer if you wanted to go that far into it. It definitely has the power to tow 30, to 45,000 pounds if you needed it to. But if you're going to go that far, I'd recommend going into a semi. The 4500 is phenomenal though, because you've got a little bit more tow rating than this truck, the 3500, and you do get very well in fuel. The 4500, I believe, is anywhere between 17,000 to 23,000 is the tow capacity, or the gross vehicle weight rating. This truck is 14,000. So if you were going to go with a truck, the 4500 is definitely where I'd go. I'd go anywhere but the 3500. If it's in your price range to go for the 3500, you can't afford the 4, 5, 6 grand more. I completely understand it. You got to do what you got to do. Try and find a good used one, less than 50,000 miles. Would be a pretty good recommendation coming from me, but that's what I would do. Let's see. Also, Live Dance Life was asking about 2 and 3 axle trailers. The 3 axle trailer usually comes not tandem, dually, but it comes with just single tires. So you're talking 6 tires instead of 8. Now, the trailer can work for you if you're doing a lot of just straight driving. But what I've learned from other drivers, because I've never had a 3 axle trailer, well, I have boating wise, but in this business I haven't. The 3 axle trailer, when you're making turns and stuff, your tires are going to see a little bit more wear. You're going to have a little bit more trouble when it comes to your tires and stuff in the future. The tandem dually, the 2 axles would be phenomenal. I think that is the best. It has a higher weight rating. When you get the air ride and all that kind of stuff, if you want to go into that, it's just an all-around better trailer. In my personal opinion, I would go with the tandem dually versus a 3 axle trailer. My tires tend to last a lot longer because I'm not doing the constant rubbing on the turns. We're not making big wide turns. I can make a U-turn if I need to. I might slide a little bit, but imagine sliding with 3 tires rather than 2. Multiple people wanted to know why didn't I get a 5500 since I wanted one. They did not have one available there. I was at where was I? State Line, CDJR, which is Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Alfa Romeo. If you want to throw that in there, you can just toss that in there. I need a bite. Let me grab a drink of coffee. It's about, I want to say about 41, 44 degrees outside today, right now. So it's not that cold over here in South Carolina. They did not have a 5500 there. They don't carry 5500s. They don't carry big construction vehicles. They carry like 2 or 3 of these on the lot just to show face, but they rarely sell them. They said that they had this one for probably like 3 or 4 months before it actually sold to the first person, and then that guy only used it to move his horses. He brought it back. I definitely wanted the 5500. That was the goal, or the F550, whatever I can get in that weight rating as far as vehicle goes. But nobody had them available in that specific area, and I didn't have time. We were talking Friday into Saturday is when I got this vehicle. I had to make my delivery another 800 miles north first thing Monday morning, so I of course didn't have time to sit around and wait for another vehicle, and I didn't have my vehicle to go and drive to another place to go and get one. They weren't going to turn down a sale there. Let's see, let's go into the next one. SoCal Vortech guy, thank you very much for the love, man. I'm glad you're getting into the business. This is a phenomenal business. If there's anything I can do for you, any questions, any videos I can help you with, push you in the right direction or push you in the direction of where I've been getting my information from, I have no problem putting that out for you. Just let me know whatever I can do for you, brother. I want to help you out in any type of way, shape, or form. And if you're getting into the business, my email is usually in my description or is in my about section here on YouTube. So go and check that out. Email me straight out. Get in touch with me. Let me know whatever you guys need, whatever questions I can answer for you. just in case I don't answer them right away on YouTube, because I do have a lot of questions coming in. We are just now breaking 10,000 views on YouTube, and I'm coming up on 400 subscribers, so that's a phenomenal thing. I gained about 800 views overnight. I went to sleep around 1 o'clock last night, woke up around 8:15 this morning. I gained over 800 views last night. Just in the past 48 hours, I've gained about 3,500 views, so we've been blowing up pretty quickly, and I want to push this thing as far as I can get it, guys. So if you got anything for me, let me know. I'll do the best I can to answer everything for you. This next one, Kyle Spannin, I believe it's Spannin. Kyle Spannin, guy, thank you very much for the advice. $1.86 is a great bottom line price to get yourself out on the road. I believe you've been in the business for a little while. I tend to look in the $1.80 to $1.90 range for just half of my trailer. I like to try and get in the $3.50 to $3.60 range for my entire trailer. So I push to get that per mile. Sorry guys, we're talking about per mile, $1.86 for a load going anywhere. I try and get as close to $4 a mile as possible, and I have gotten that over the past few weeks. On my last numbers video where I talked about all the numbers that I made, I broke down what I made per mile. I took my loaded miles and my deadheaded miles and I combined them for my total miles, and that's what I took, what I was paid off of. I didn't just go for my total loaded miles is what I got paid. In my next videos, I'm going to start doing that, where I just look at the loaded miles. I don't even count in the deadhead miles. I kind of want to count that in because, yeah, we're doing that and we're out on the road. I want to make sure I get paid for all of my miles. Leave me a comment in the section below and let me know what you guys think. Should I go with just deadhead miles and loaded miles, or should I go just loaded miles? Let me know what you guys think I should do on my next video. I will probably be shooting that and putting that up tomorrow. I'm waving this thing around like it's some kind of pointer. Been a long morning already, guys. Mr. David Smith, I have to touch on David Smith. Saw my video yesterday with my daughter. It says, man, cherish your family, have a good time with your family. Family is the most important thing. Thank you very much for the love and the support, man. Family is number one for me. That's the reason why I am out here doing this. One thing I tend to focus on more than anything when I'm talking to people is asking the question, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you out here in whatever business you in? Why are you doing the work that you're doing today? If you're going to take a few minutes and think about a few reasons why, you got to pay the bills, you know, you got this to do, you got that to do, you want to go, whatever your reason why is, if you don't have a definitive reason why, my question is, why are you even doing it? My definitive bottom line answer why I'm doing it, her name is Eliana. That is my reason why. I'm out here working hard every single day, doing whatever I have to do. I'm on the road. I'm trying to build this business and make it into something extremely profitable because I want her to have a better life than I had. Now, I learned great lessons from my family, my dad, my mom, my stepdad, stepmoms, whatever. I learned from every person that ever taught me anything in my entire life. I learned something from everybody. Everybody you meet has something to teach you. And keep that in mind, guys. Everybody you meet's got something to teach you. And yes, I'm turning this into a motivational promo, which is something that I used to do on Instagram, on YouTube, Facebook, everything. I spent years in marketing and sales. But guys, bottom line, you need to know your reason why. If you don't have a reason why and you don't understand your reason why, let me know. I'll help you out to determine what that specific reason why is, and we'll help you get into business the way you want to run your life. I want you to make sure, or I want to make sure that you're on whatever level you want to be on at this point in your life, or a year from now at that point. I know that working a 9-to-5 was not where I wanted to be, and that's just the bottom line. So I started a freaking company. I got out there, I saved money, I put money together, I started this company. I have other companies, and people have been asking, another question was why I stayed in a hotel my very first week and didn't stay in my truck. I wanted to know how much it cost, of course. I can afford to stay in hotels every single night, but I'd have to be pulling money from my other companies. I want this company to be profitable, so we stay in the truck, and that's why I stay in the truck. I've got the bed and everything built in the back now, and that thing is phenomenal. I've been using it for the past week and a half. I've got that video coming. I haven't seen too many people do the video on how they build their bed and build their bedding system. I went ahead and shot one, and we're gonna put that up probably the first week of January, after I finish it, of course, and finish the editing. But guys, if there's anything I can do to help you guys out, learn your reason why you're doing whatever it is you're doing, and make it loud to you. Don't, I gotta pay the bills, this is a good business and pays good money. Like, let's make something phenomenal for your life, for your future, for your kids, whatever it is. Let me know whatever I can do to help you. No, I'm not that millennial type that's gonna sit here and work you on sales and shit and try and get in your fucking pocket. I don't give a shit about that. I'm being raw, I'm being real. Like, let me know whatever I can do to help you guys out. Yes, I do consulting on this. I'm not looking to charge anybody. Just let me know whatever I can do. With that said, I've got other questions and stuff, but we're at 20 something minutes already on this specific video. In total, we'll probably at like around 25 minutes. I'm gonna try and cut this down a little bit, but with that said, thank you guys for checking this out. Let me know any questions, comments, advice, whatever, down in the section below. Leave it for me. My name's Jason. This is my Hotshot life. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you had a great Christmas. Hanukkah, I know Kwanzaa started yesterday, which came up. I don't actually know that much about it, but it came up in my notifications for the calendar. Kwanzaa started yesterday. I hope you guys have a happy new year, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys very much for checking this out. I'll see y'all later. Bye. All right, now I got to do that thing where I turn off the camera. Thank y'all for watching. I love you guys. Bye.